choose your friends wisely. And
That's
if you
also
find yourself constantly surrounded by people who are making you feel guilty about your motherhood journey or about whatever, you might need to reconsider those people in your life. You need to cut them. Hi guys, welcome to our channel.
Cheers.
When was the last time we shot an episode of IssaMotherHood?
Too long ago.
Too long ago. Come on. We are back with IssaMotherHood. Cheers.
Cheers.
We shot an episode so long ago. We have to reintroduce some new subscribers to a segment we have dubbed IssaMotherHood. Shiko is the best person to explain. What is IssaMotherHood?
All right, so Ivy and I, if you're new here, you don't know how much Ivy and I talk to each other.
Yeah.
We speak daily. A lot of our conversations are centered around motherhood.
Yeah.
So sometimes...
Because we're moms.
Because we're moms. We're the two moms of the group at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay? So a lot of our conversations are centered around motherhood because it's a big part of our lives.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So there's times that... we're trying to explain to each other a situation where you can be like, oh, you know, I was getting ready to go for this, and then one of the kids did this. Oh, it's the first time that, I know the last time we shot IssaMotherHood.
Yes.
The day I had my second baby. That's the last time we
didn't shoot after with Lorna?
Oh, shit. Oh, we did.
But still.
But the two of us, that was the last time.
It was the day the two of us.
It was the day I gave birth. Yeah. And then we shot with Lorna after, which was so refreshing. We haven't done that before. We always shoot just the two of us.
That was such a random day. The day she had her second baby. Baby Shiloh, who is like the happiest baby I've ever met.
Happiest baby.
I keep repeating, I was supposed to see you that day. I was like, okay. Because she wasn't supposed to come on that day. She was supposed to come like 2 days later or a day later.
Yeah.
And then
She came early.
God.
Yeah. So what I was trying, why I went to that is, in my explanation, I was saying, then one of the kids, I could never say one of the kids because I just had one kid. First time I can say one of the kids. One of the kids gets in the way of something, or maybe Ivy comes with a stain on her top, and I'm like, Slay, that's what we call each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, Slay, what's happening with your top? And she'll tell me, it's a motherhood.
Yeah.
So basically what that means is, it is because of motherhood.
Yeah. It's motherhood.
It's motherhood.
IssaMotherHood.
Yeah, so if you don't want to explain too much, and you're talking to another mother, just say, IssaMotherHood.
IssaMotherHood.
We understand.
We need to put that on t-shirts.
Yeah.
We need to put that on t-shirts.
IssaMotherHood and give the definition.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we decided to take those conversations off camera and bring them on camera and share some of our experiences around motherhood with, you, our darling subscribers. If you are new here, back to basics. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button because it's
free.
It's free to subscribe. It'll cost you absolutely nothing. This is not Netflix. Although YouTube should be paying us the way Netflix pays people. It's fine. It's fine. YouTube, if you hear this or not, it's fine. So subscribe. It's free. Before you even move on to watch this episode, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend, especially someone who's a mom who might be able to relate, because I know you can see the title of what we are shooting today.
Yeah.
Shiki and I have decided to discuss something that we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
I can't believe how long it's taken for us to actually shoot this video. We've talked about it for so long.
Yeah.
Mom guilt.
Mom guilt.
Mom guilt. How we deal with it, what it is, and how maybe you who's suffering from mom guilt, the types of mom guilt that we do experience, and then of course now how we'll be able to help ourselves to deal with the mom guilt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
So to start off, I want us to, I don't think we need to Google.
Okay.
I think we are smart enough to describe what mom guilt is to us. Like, what is mom guilt? Maybe I can even go first.
Okay. Yes, please.
A feeling of inadequacy. Like I'm not enough, or I don't give enough time, or I'm not giving enough money, or it's a feeling of inadequacy that comes to you after you've had children that is normally directly related to your children and to your duties as a mother.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a perfect description.
Yeah.
Directly related to your children. Sometimes it's not a factual thing. What do you say?
It can be irrational.
Irrational.
It can be irrational mom guilt.
Sometimes it's irrational.
Yeah.
But you can't help it.
You can't help it. Yeah. And we don't know what it is. Like, I mean, and you can feel it once a day, twice a day, thrice a day. We're just like, shit, I've not spent enough time. Anyway, now we're preempting the episode. So that is the definition of mom guilt. So we'll start off by telling you some of the mom guilt that we experienced.
One of the situations that I have experienced mom guilt is missing, say, a school event or a school something because you had to work. Okay, we are working moms. I think all moms are working moms.
And what do they say, by the way, in Leaning? Leaning is this book that
yes.
Is it career parent as opposed to working mom?
Yes. Yeah, we're career parents.
We're career parents.
Yeah, because all moms are working moms.
Yeah.
No matter what
I've never had working dad. Have you ever heard the term working dad? I'm a working dad. Anyway, good. Whatever.
I have not.
Yeah.
So there are situations where perhaps you have something at work that you can't get away from. This was mainly, I think, when we were in employment.
Yeah.
So maybe, for example, your kids' sports day.
Yeah.
Or parent-teacher meeting happens at a time that you have to work and you can't get out of work. You understand why you have to be at work.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, that entire day,
you feel like shit.
Whoever it is who's standing in for you, whether it's the father of your child or whoever it is who's standing in for you, is sending you pictures and you actually feel like shit. You feel like shit. And why, I think the thing with mom guilt also is, you know you need to work to feed this baby. You know you're working, so this baby can be in school. But you still feel like shit. You still feel like shit.
I wish money would grow on trees. I wish money would literally grow on trees.
Yeah, man.
I feel the same. I feel the same. Luckily, I don't think. No, I have got. I've actually missed a parent-teacher meeting because I was traveling or something like that. I won't lie. I didn't feel too much mom guilt because I knew the other parent would make it there.
Okay.
Which is something that, as a mother or a dad, because there is dad guilt, as a mother or a dad who's watching this, something like that, I think to help mitigate such a situation is ask for help from your partner. Like have a very nice conversation with your partner. And this is not only during events or whatever. Have that constant partnership where if I can't go for something, you can go for something. So I didn't feel too guilty about that. But you know what I completely felt terrible about? Going back to work after I had my kids. Going back to work.
That is so tough. That one is so hard.
I went back at month 5.
Okay.
I remember even from month 3.
Ivy has twins. In case you're new here, Ivy has twins. I have 2 kids. 2 singletons.
2 singletons. But 2 kids. 2 kids. A 5-year-old and a 1-year-old, and my daughter's turn. No, a 6-year-old.
I have a 6-year-old.
Because her daughter is older than mine.
I have
a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old. Both girls, and my daughters are 5. They're turning 5 in April. Oh my God, the big 5.
Almost.
I'm like,
5 is a fantastic age.
Which is another mom guilt we'll discuss later. Anyway, and I started feeling that guilt even when the kids were like 3 months old. I was like, fuck, I have to go back to work.
And it's so nerve-wracking, especially as a first-time mom.
Because guys, a 5-month-old baby is literally nothing. Like they're 5 months old, and then you have to leave them home. Some people, luckily for me, I was living with my mom and dad at that time, so at least I knew I was leaving them with people who love them as much as I do.
You do.
For those moms who have to go back to work and you're leaving them with a nanny, it's basically a stranger.
That's a stranger.
Their guilt.
Wow.
Their guilt.
And especially your first week back, like you can't even think. First you're calling every hour.
Every hour.
Amekunywa maziwa, alilala, alimaliza, amekunywa maziwa ngapi.
I even felt more terrible because at the time, wherever I was working, I was not able to, I've even forgotten these terms, what do you call express? I was not really able to express milk.
Me too.
So not only am I leaving them without their mother, I'm leaving them to fend for themselves by drinking formula and whatever. At least at that time, I started baby-led weaning. So what I leave them in a position where whoever I'm leaving them with is able at least to feed them. But babe,
I think that's another one as well, another mom guilt thing. At least I think right now we know a bit better, but another thing that can cause mom guilt is now we know fed is best, but we have grown up being told breast
is best.
Ivy had twins. That means what her babies need is double what my babies have needed from my boobs. And already it is so much. Breastfeeding is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You're either, especially the first month, you're either feeding a baby or babies, Or expressing.
Yeah.
Expressing is pumping.
Yeah. And you constantly smell like milk.
Yeah, you always have milk on you.
Unanuka tu maziwa. God.
If it's not from your boobs, it's your baby throwing up
Yeah.
on you. It happens all the time. So that's another one because there used to be, maybe there still is in some places, but there used to be a lot of stigma around, oh, your baby is drinking formula. Kwani, you don't have milk.
You don't have enough milk. Shh. Mom shaming. We have to discuss mom shaming.
Mom shaming. I think this will be our next. Is
it the one for? Have we done it? But we called it. We used to be those.
We used to be those moms.
Please watch our previous episode of IssaMotherHood because I think we've actually done that.
Yeah.
But slay, man. Like
that's another one. Because even my situation was similar to Ivy's. I didn't have anywhere to express. I had to depend on empty offices where I was working. So if someone's office is empty, I'd kimbia there. I'd go quick, pump. People are there knocking the door. Your boobs are out. Like it's just. I think employers need to do better.
And now the guilt that comes about. So there's a time.
Then you go with
when my kids were. I mean.
And then your nanny is asking you, hiyo tu ndio umekuja nayo.
Imagine.
Maziwa inaisha.
Imagine. There was a time I had gone for a trip. When my kids were just 4 months old. And because obviously they'd been breastfeeding and I'm engorged, you have to dump your milk. There's another form of guilt that comes with that. When you have to shika your nyonyo,
you're
milking yourself and
wasting
liquid gold.
Baby, it's called liquid gold.
You feel so terrible.
You feel so bad.
You feel so terrible.
You feel so
terrible. So Shiki, so we've spoken about two forms of guilt there. The one for where you said okay, so we've discussed what you can do if you feel guilty about missing something around school or whatever with the kids. Talk to your partner. It's here to help. Going back to
or if
work.
not your partner, whoever it is, everybody I think has that one person. Yeah, everyone has that person who is kind of helping you raise your baby. So talk to your person.
Sometimes they're just talking to the teachers or whatever, saying I can't make it for this.
Take pictures
that
for
might
me.
be okay. Take pictures for me. Sometimes that can help you. The guilt associated with you going back to work. How you can help that, like in hindsight, is ask for flexible working hours. When you go back.
So and that ask prior. Ask before you go for your
by the way, see at you're back and
don't come back and be like, so I need to leave at 3 p.m. Sorry.
Negotiate for flexible and 3 p.m. Then there are very good companies that actually even allow moms to leave maybe even at noon.
At lunchtime.
If you can negotiate these terms before you go on maternity leave, I think that will actually really, really help you. And then of course, this is for people who plan to have children. If you're planning to have children, maybe you can plan the place you work in. Maybe you can plan and make sure you have a nice emergency fund that will be able to support you, and then you can take leave. Even there, people even take leave even for a year.
Yes, you can take unpaid leave if you have plans.
Exactly. So you can plan. I don't know how else. Going back to work, how you can help that guilt.
Going back to work. Okay, there's a suggestion that was given to me. I didn't take it very kindly. It was with my first baby. I didn't take it very kindly, maybe because it came from a man. And I felt like he did not understand. First, he was my boss. He was a shitty boss. But one of the things he had suggested.
I remember that fucking fuck.
First, I know he was speaking from a point of privilege. He was from a good family. But he was trying to tell me, he was like, oh, if it gets tough for you within the day, you know what I do is I video call with my kids when I'm at work. First, a 3-month-old baby. What are you video calling?
Maybe it's the mom.
So
maybe it's really the mom.
That's why I said I didn't feel like I could relate to what you're saying. But perhaps the takeout from that is if you are lucky enough to have help or whoever is with your baby has a phone that has, like you can WhatsApp call. I think that's another way because it helps you to see your baby. So call whoever is with your baby, video call, and just tell them, what's your name, Toto? Let me see the baby. And then seeing the baby, sometimes like it just, there's something it does for you. So maybe
and then another reason why you would also feel guilty as a mom going back to work is because you're afraid that the caretaker, or the caregiver. Caretaker is someone else. The caregiver might not be doing what it is that they're supposed to be doing. So if within the period of time that you've had with the caregiver and the child, you've trained them to a point where you're feeling satisfied. And guys, it sometimes can be hard because there's a lot going on, especially within those first 6 months of being a mom. There's a lot going on. So much. If you at least try to train them to the best of your ability, it will also help a bit reduce that mom guilt, because you'll be like, okay, is the schedule? Then when you're calling, it's not only to say hi, it's also to ask, is the schedule
have you done this? By the way, having a schedule with a baby is, I highly recommend. And to add to what you've just said, I know there's people, it hasn't been my experience, but I know there are people who hire help before the baby arrives.
Yes.
So that as the baby is arriving, again, that's something that you can only do if you're able to.
Yeah.
Because remember, you have to pay this person from before.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's maybe one way. So this person is there when your baby arrives. From before your baby arrives, when your baby arrives. So during your pregnancy, this can be also the training, and you're doing the schedule together and whatever. I think that's one thing. The other thing, another way I think you can also alleviate your mom guilt is if your caregiver is a stranger, because that's what we are calling the nanny, is a stranger, speak to your loved ones. If they are around, have them drop by, because that's something that I did with both my babies. When I had new nannies, I would speak to my mom-in-law, my aunties, and just speak to them to have them drop by unannounced. Okay? Let them come. You know when they are going, but don't really tell the nanny or tell the nanny when they are arriving.
Yes.
Have them drop by unannounced.
Yes.
Spend the day.
Yes.
Or spend a few hours and report back to you.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I love
think that
I love that. I love that. Okay, so another form of mom guilt that we experience is when your momming gets in the way of plans with friends. And I feel like there's two sides to this, because sometimes the friends don't understand.
I think that's actually where I was coming from.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to word it. I think we both experienced this, and I think a good disclaimer is also, sometimes your friends are not coming from a point of this again. Like they might not know. They might not know. There are very many times, maybe Ivy and I have not been able to make it for things because
a child has fallen ill.
A baby fell.
Something.
I remember a couple of years back, you were supposed to come for my babu's birthday.
Yeah.
And your baby fell that day, and you ended up in hospital.
Yeah.
That was a tough day for Ivy as a mom. Her baby was injured.
My baby needed stitches.
She needed stitches, and you see that kind of thing. And she's an extension of my family, so it was also very tough for her. But because I'm a mom, like, we didn't have to have a long conversation about it.
We didn't.
Versus having a conversation with somebody maybe who has not gone through that, where you have to explain, oh, I can't come because just saying my baby fell, I can't come. It doesn't sound like something.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same. So sometimes there's that kind of thing. You can see people are trying to accommodate you, but they're like, again.
Yeah. And Chikiolo says motherhood or parenting in general is something that you can only understand after you've experienced it. It doesn't matter how many people are going to explain to you what it's about. It does not matter how many nephews and nieces you have. I'm sorry, aunties, we love you. Aunties and uncles love you. It does not matter. Uncles. You have to actually have that child yourself in that house for you to experience exactly what parenting is about, for you to understand.
Yeah.
So it's easier for us to have those conversations.
Yeah, to have those conversations. Because as much as, Ivy was like, I'm so sorry, I would love to be there. And I got it. It was like, Sawa, I understand. Please let me know how the baby is after you leave the hospital. Or when you get to the hospital, let me know what you've been told, that kind of thing.
And it gave me even now more mom guilt, because I was like, I was literally at the house.
Yeah.
And I watched her ride her bike down that hill. And fall. And the nanny was there. At the time she was old. She moved so slowly. Or rather, to me, when I replay that thing in my head, I'm like, this woman moved too slowly.
She was not moving quick enough.
Yeah. I was like, should I have shouted? Should I have told the nanny to, like, should I have?
In fact, that's another one. That's another one. What could I have done to stop this situation? Or to make this situation, not happen?
Ah, God. And then her to be stitched, because I did not want her to be put under. Because I'm paranoid sometimes. I mean, if it's not necessary for my baby to go into theater, I don't know.
For you as an adult,
I'm a bit paranoid, because what if you make that decision and then they never come out of it? That's just terrible. the pain I felt watching my daughter in pain like that.
Yeah, that's another thing. The pain you feel watching your child in pain. I remember being so shocked by the feeling of wanting to take someone's pain away. Like I wanted it to be on me. And I remember the first time ever feeling that, and I was like, woof, is this what motherhood is? As in, guys, you really just, you're like, if I could just do this, take their pain and put it here, just so they feel okay.
Like pick me instead, pick me.
Pick me. I'll take instead. I'm okay.
Man.
Yeah. It sucks. I felt it when Shazi broke her arm.
Yeah. Oh.
All I wanted was to take that pain.
I'll never forget how I felt when you called me.
When I called you?
And told me Shazi has broken her arm.
Oof.
I'm like, you immediately feel that pain. Like, it's not a pain. You
feel like
feel
something.
You're like,
like
God, a little baby, because they don't deserve to feel something.
No.
They really don't deserve to feel something.
I don't think babies should not feel pain.
Man.
For this one of mom guilt around friends, because what we're trying to do is tell you what the mom guilt situation is and see solutions, like I told you at the beginning of the episode. This one for friends, I'm not sure.
I think two things. Have your friends understand. I think we are free enough, you and I, to be able to tell most of our friends that, guys, imagine, I need you to understand that this is just how this is. Yeah. And as a friend, you need to try to be empathetic towards that scenario. It's as simple as that. It's not something you're going to be able to understand at that moment, but be empathetic. And also, choose your friends wisely. And
That's
if you find yourself constantly surrounded by people who are making you feel guilty about your motherhood journey or about whatever, you might need to reconsider those people in your life. You need to cut them. All the time. And this might not even be friends, but just regular people, colleagues, neighbors,
colleagues.
People who are constantly blurting out insensitive comments that make you feel horrible about yourself.
Because that's all it does. It makes you feel horrible because it doesn't stop the situation from happening.
Explain to someone fast, even a friend, this makes me feel a certain way. I'd appreciate it if you don't. And if they keep doing it,
cut.
I know my fingers are so small, so I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing.
Let me help you guys.
It's not the peace sign.
Guys,
they think I'm doing this. Look.
They think you're doing this.
Cut them off. Imagine, it's not that serious. Cut them off. Your child deserves you being happy and feeling happy about yourself around mom guilt. So I think that's how we can do it. Sometimes it's okay to just say no. Remember that time when my kids were very young, they really used to cry a lot, God. And a neighbor approaches me out of nowhere when I've come out of the taxi from my job, asks me, "What do you do to those children?"
Imagine.
Hey? I told her, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Set boundaries around some of these things. Imagine, just set boundaries around some of these things.
Okay. I think the takeout I'm getting from that one is for the other side. This one is not for us. It's for you on the receiving end to just be empathetic. Even if your friend's motherhood stuff inconveniences you, imagine it's not on purpose.
It's not on purpose. We don't do it to inconvenience you.
We really don't.
Please don't show us that it's an
it.
inconvenience.
We don't enjoy We don't enjoy it.
Don't show us.
No.
And again, always remember people are going through their own things. Like, it's really, please don't do that. Another form of guilt, the guilt you feel after disciplining your children. And please take note that we've said disciplining and not punishing. And I want every mom or every parent or every guardian, every auntie, uncle to be very sure about the words they use around their children. Don't punish your child, you're disciplining them, because disciplining them is teaching them to be better. Punishing is, God, they are criminals and you're punishing them. You know. So
and discipline, you do it with love.
And the funniest thing is, I remember when my mom used to discipline me, like, us who are beaten, let's just be serious. Tulitwangwa. And it's not that I'm saying my mom did anything wrong, it's all she knew at the time, and I love you, mom. I remember after beating the shit out of me, she'd come back after some time and say sorry. And I'd be like, what are you doing?
I love you.
Now, I realized she had such serious mom guilt, because this is your baby that you've left crying and doing. And as our experience as children, as you're doing, you're still being told, Namaza! Be quiet! You're still crying, and you can't help that. You can't stop it. I really feel terrible. I feel terrible.
For me, the worst is when it happens right before bedtime. Because we don't have time to, make sure the baby now is feeling good before they go. My baby is going to bed sad.
It makes you feel some type of way. It makes you feel some type of way.
So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that guilt.
There's some guilt around discipline. Yeah.
I think part of it is also because a lot of disciplining happens emotionally for the parent. So you're pissed off.
How you react to what that child is doing has nothing to do with that child.
Nope.
It has everything to do with
It's
you.
all about you, mom. Yeah. Or dad.
Yeah.
It's I think maybe that's part of the root of that.
Yes.
that guilt.
Of that guilt.
Because you're like,
when you do something, you're like,
yeah, you're like, did I overdo?
Yeah.
And I remember us having a conversation with Maddie. Maddie is a child psychologist.
Yes. Yes.
That
Hi, Maddie.
Introduced me to.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation about discipline.
Yeah.
And I remember her saying that the way you discipline your child must match what it is you're disciplining them for. So there are so many times I've asked myself, I'm like, but did I over discipline?
Yeah.
Did I not?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can't.
Was that disciplinary measure even necessary at the time?
Yeah. Was it necessary? Was it necessary?
Yeah.
So there's so many questions you ask yourself.
Yeah.
You second guess yourself so much as a parent. I don't know if there are some parents out there that are very sure of themselves. I have not experienced that. 2 babies later. But there's so much second guessing. So you're just like, did I overdo?
And I think you've even answered the question. So if I am feeling mom guilt after disciplining my children, what can I do to help? I think you've said it. Try and make sure that the method of discipline that you're using matches the wrongdoing that has been.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So don't overdo. Do those things. Try and count even up to 10 and try and understand, do I need to discipline this child in this very moment?
Are you too emotional to discipline your child?
Exactly.
And that one, I think that one probably is a thing that you have to practice as you go. Because walking away. And then the other thing I think is important to mention around discipline is your kid can't do something now and then you discipline them for it tomorrow or even half an hour from now.
You have to do it immediately.
Kids forget after 3 minutes.
You have to do it immediately.
So why I'm saying you need to practice it is because I think you have such a small window to deal with the situation and you don't want to deal with it in the height of your emotion. If you need to walk away, imagine walk away. Me, that's something I do a lot.
Me too.
I do it a lot, especially for Shazi, who is 6 years old and is able to read the situation that she sees she's done something else. Even she walks away sometimes. Sometimes she'll walk away, she'll go to her room and she'll come back and she'll apologize for what she's done. She'll come back and she'll say, Mama, I'm sorry for being rude. Because another thing we don't agree to is just saying sorry. You need to know what you're saying sorry for. Explain what you're saying sorry for. So sometimes walking away actually
it helps. It helps. And research another discipline method so that if you're used to the cane, like that's what was done for you and that's what you're doing for your child. Because guys, at the end of the day, man, you're gonna, if you're not very careful, you can really need that child, which is another form of mom guilt, feeling constantly that you're fucking up your child for future. Like,
and now we know about trauma.
Trauma, like what traumas am I causing? So research, and then I think you should be good from there. There's another form of mom guilt I want Shiki and I talk about because now she can finally relate because she has 2 children. I'm so big, guys. I'm probably extremely anal about treating my children equally. So I've always wanted to have, I'm so happy Shiki now has 2 kids because we can finally discuss the mom guilt associated when you feel like you've treated one child more favorably than the other.
Man, how much time do you have?
My friend, just this morning, my kids have a horrible cough that they need their inhalers. So just this morning I was like, you know what? Because I'm not understanding what's going on, I want to do the inhalers myself because we help each other. I was like, this one I'm going to do it. I did it for one child and I had to go to the gym.
Oh man.
So I only did it for one baby.
Oh man. So you have no idea.
No, she definitely got hard.
No, she did. But you didn't experience it with the other baby. Yeah, it really sucks. It really sucks.
Or when, especially now someone like you, who, you know me, twins is all I know, and they came at the same time. So it's easier for me to practice equality. Shiki had Shazi for 5 years, or 4 years. Year 5, Shiloh has come in. So there has to be a way that Shazi has to take a bit of a back seat so that Shiloh can get the attention she does, because she's a baby.
I
cried,
guilt? Let me tell you, I cried a number of times within Shiloh's first year, and I'd even tell Shiv, I used to tell him, we need to do better. Like I was projecting all my issues on him. I was telling him, we need to do better with Shazi. Shazi's my firstborn.
Yeah.
I was like, we need to do better with her. Yes, I understand. And I know Shiloh needs majority of our attention, but I could see what she was doing for my other baby, or what she was doing to my other baby. I could see her cries for attention. She was overdoing, but I was so fucking tired. I was so tired from having a newborn. But my heart was not okay. My heart was not okay. So wherein Ivy's experience, they need to be equal in their experiences are the same because they're the same age. You know, if they're going to bed right now, they're going to bed at the same time. If they're eating the same thing in the same way. Now,
and they also have such a beautiful relationship as well. Yeah, they really do. Shaz is such a good big sister.
Yeah. No, but even your girls are so nice.
No, they're super close.
So nice to watch. So what ended up happening is Shazi ended up really becoming like super responsible. There's even times that I'm losing my shit with Shiloh, and Shazi will be like, Shiloh, come, let's go and do blah, blah, blah. So she's become so much more responsible. Yeah. But that thing of attention, it's attention.
I'm telling you. Hey.
Wow, it's tough. But how you can remedy that?
Even before we go to how you can remedy that, and I'm glad you're going there, is for mums of multiples, it's also because they move together so much. My mom guilt comes from not spending enough time with each of them individually. So I'm constantly saying, okay, can I take this one for something or blah, blah, blah.
You have to take on dates.
But even
separate time.
Exactly, thank you. That is a remedy that and I'm always preaching this. Moments with your child is not about saying date day with one baby is on Saturday. It's about when one child comes to you and says they want, take advantage of that moment.
I think that's also another source of mom guilt for me. Because sometimes, Shiloh is 1 year old, so she doesn't know what she wants. Shazi will come and she'll say, let's play hide and seek. Yeah, well, she kind of
I was there yesterday when she was upset about a poopy diaper, and she came back to you to sort of hug you and apologize. She does.
She knows how to apologize. But sometimes, like, Shazi will come to me or her dad, and she'll be like, let's play hide and seek. And I'm like, I don't want to play hide and seek right now. I really don't want to. But I think that's what Ivy is talking about. Like, just put on your big girl pants.
Play that hide and seek. Guys, 5 minutes. Play that hide and seek for 5 minutes. In fact, even make a game out of some of these interactions.
Picking up
toys. Play hide and
toys.
seek and make sure the baby has gone to, or you hide fast.
Yes.
And go to a place that baby cannot find you. And enjoy some time alone. But the baby is playing hide and seek. You know, like
go with your phone.
Go with your phone. Respond to messages
quietly in your hiding
place. But your child has played hide and seek. Then when they've not come back. Oh,
come back.
You didn't find me, baby. It's very. If you really are intentional about it, it's very easy to whatever. What other remedies were you saying about?
Actually, it's exactly what you said. It's spending time with them separately.
And also, I think for someone like you who had a firstborn and was expecting a secondborn, and it's something you were advised, I think, by someone we both know, is prepare the firstborn in good time. So while you're pregnant, and I think you should take us through this because me, I didn't miss it, Joey.
When I think even when you're pregnant, like allow maybe the older child to also bond with the baby, take them through what's happening. For example, like for us when we're going to find out the sex, and went for our 3D scan. 4D, was it 3D or 4D?
They're 3D.
They're 3D.
Are they for, I don't know. Guys, me don't take me back there. Hey, Mr. Kiwatoto wengine.
Triggered. So when we're going for a 3D scan, we went with Shazi. So that she was able to experience this for herself as well. So she was able to see the scan. She found out with us when we're being asked, so those 3 lines, do you think it's a boy or a girl? And we're like, I don't know. Like we found out. Lips. There are 3 lines.
Oh God.
Yeah, so some of those things, like go with your baby. I've seen Tatiana do it, Mama Olive.
Yeah, with
Mama
her,
Olive did it with both her girls. It was so beautiful to watch.
The child in the house should not just be surprised with a baby.
No, they
Take
need
them
to
through
know.
the process.
Take them through. Show them this is mommy's belly. When the baby is kicking, tell them come and touch. Come and touch. And for us, we are calling the baby S.
Yeah.
And even after Shiloh was born, Shazi would say baby S, baby S.
Yes.
So make sure that the baby is part of the family before the baby arrives.
I like that.
So that your other children are in the journey with you.
And also reassuring your other children that when this baby comes, it does not mean I love you less.
No.
I might spend just a little bit more time with this baby in the beginning because, booby, blah, 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 blah. But I still love you a lot, and I will do my best to make sure that I show you that I love you as much as I can.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Even to add on to that, also explain things like when you're breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Me, I mean, we are all there. I don't know if there are people out there who completely hide their breastfeeding.
Yeah.
For me, I wanted to be in the sitting room. I don't want to hide in a bedroom. So we are there, we're all breastfeeding, guys. We're all together. So things like telling my older child, telling her, even you used to breastfeed like this. Even you used to sleep all day. Even you, just showing them that this baby is going through the same things they went through. I'd even show her old pictures of herself.
That's so cute.
Just to show her that
this is normal. This is what
normal.
happens.
This is normal.
Okay.
Asking them to help you with things, like hold the bottle, feed the baby. She loved that shit. She really loved it. I think those things really help.
I like that. And I have a question for you again for mom guilt.
Yeah.
Now that you have two children that are around 4-5 years apart.
Yeah.
Raising Shiloh, are there times that you realize, I wish I did this for Shazi?
So many times.
But now that I have Shiloh, I'm doing it better for her. And I think I say this because now Shazi is a firstborn.
Yeah.
And I know, like one of my siblings, we discuss this stuff all the time, and I know life for firstborns can be very, very difficult. So I wonder.
Ivy prepared me for this, I think, based on your sister's experience. Ivy told me, please remember, your firstborn is not a parent with you. So I was that was in my mind. Yes, she helps with things. Sometimes I'll tell her, sit there with your sister while I go and get this. Fine. However, I think the thing that stuck with me is, do not punish your older child for something that
the younger child has done. It's not their problem.
They've gone to play together, and then you ask, why did you let your sister fall? It's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
It really isn't. It really isn't.
It's not her responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not his responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the reason I mentioned that is I'd love to hear comments from older moms, by the way. Our babies are only, the eldest baby between us is 6 years old. I'd love to hear comments from moms of teenagers and that type of thing. What type of mom guilt are you guys going through to better prepare younger moms like us to do it properly? Someone else bonding more with the child because you've been at work or something like that, and something I've experienced lately, I've been finding myself working a little bit later than I should be. Not that I should be. Shame on me. I'm working to try and feed the baby. So when I find myself working a little bit later, blah, 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 my kids, in essence, I'm so grateful that I have a very good nanny. She's wonderful. My kids love her.
She is.
But sometimes when they ask for some things to be done by the nanny and not me, what? You guys, I feel like
that one hurts you in your mom heart.
Where?
Your mom heart is inside your heart. Like there's a spot somewhere that it just.
Wait. And because at the time she was cheeky, my nanny, I remember her asking the babies, do you want mommy to do it or do you want me to do it? So fucking cheeky.
Where?
So fucking cheeky.
No, that's not nice. That's
but
not nice.
My God, I remember after going back to work and then coming back to the house and then being told, no, the baby does not want this.
Yeah.
They want this. Or they don't.
Nowadays, being told, you're trying to do the thing that you know your baby's like, and then you're told, nowadays they don't do that.
Nowadays they don't do that. You feel so guilty because how is it you've missed such a milestone? Kwanzaa missing a milestone?
How did we forget?
How did we?
Missing milestones. Ati
the baby started walking.
I remember with Shazi. I remember mine with Shazi. I remember saying, oh my God, she's crawling. And then the nanny told me, alifanya hivyo wiki mbili zimepita. Why didn't you tell me?
Missing milestones. My friend, you want to be there for their first step, their first word, their first meal. You want to be there for everything. So when you miss one milestone and then someone else has experienced that for you, the mom guilt, you guys.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
For you as a twin mom,
are
there situations where you've been there for one twin's milestone and you missed the other twin's milestone, and how does that feel?
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Has that ever happened? Can you think of a situation where something like that? Or have you experienced something with one twin, but the other twin experienced it in a different way with somebody else?
I think, luckily for me, big milestones. If I've missed for both.
For both, okay. I think it's better to miss for both.
No, I think I was definitely there for one Dia's first steps, and it was filmed. For the life of me, I cannot even remember one just first steps. So yes.
Well, there we go.
So yeah, because they're not equal really.
Maybe
one will do something more than the
twins,
other.
It doesn't mean they'll both walk on the same month or the same
Someone
day.
will do something faster than the other, but that's the other thing. That's the mom guilt that comes with being a parent of a multiple. Is the comparison of this one has done this, how come this one is not doing it? And I'm constantly talking to myself and saying, babe, they're different kids, it's fine, do it.
People.
But in the beginning I was like, why is this one walking, this one not the walking, like, you know, why is this one doing this and this one is not doing this? So that's the mom guilt that I have faced. That feeling of you have to tell yourself it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
But that's a very good question. That's a very good question. Okay. Another form of mom guilt that I noted down. These ones I want to surprise you because you wrote the first ones.
Yeah, I haven't seen these ones.
Mom guilt that comes with self-care. If you go to a shop
on yourself,
slay.
Yeah.
You go to a mall and you find some beautiful clothes and you buy for yourself, and then within that same shop, kuna nguo za watoto, but you don't buy the clothes for the kids.
Yeah. And you know, I've experienced this severally.
Yeah.
In fact, the last time I went shopping, I was so stressed because I was walking around the shop. I'm like, I've only bought for myself. I haven't bought for the babies.
Imagine.
I actually did another round looking for things for babies because I wasn't seeing how I'll go home with things for only myself.
Making from a whole trip for 5 days. Well, granted, I didn't buy anything for myself, but I bought myself the trip.
And that's another
on
one
the
that
flight back, I just kept thinking, because I used to see little babies running around into diras. I'm like,
because
we want to compensate
for the
time you've been away with something, just something.
Moms.
Me, I know moms who don't even buy things for themselves. It's so rare. What they do is constantly buy stuff for their kids.
I did a lot of that first time around. Okay. First of all,
and the guilt that comes when you see your child walking around with something with a kashimo.
Guys, you need to go back. You need to go to our episode 4. We were those moms. What? You're there in your brand new top. It even smells of the shop. It still smells like the shop, and your baby is wearing something with a kashimo. What? No, but I completely get that. Even a place like Woolies. Mimi kama Shiko, I do not shop in Woolworths. I cannot afford to shop for myself there. But my children have really seen clothes from the Woolworths.
Me Woolworths. Me, I feel mom guilt after I give out my card and what I've spent at the Woolworths.
How this times 2, please? If
there's no time I've gone to Woolies and I've spent less than 30 G's. But you say I go there intentionally.
Yeah, like bulk shopping.
Yeah, I do. I go there bulk shopping. 30 G's, babe, for 2 children.
Baby,
bulk shopping.
Small bulk. How many items are those?
Think about let's say like the sweater dresses for Woolies. How much is one?
Even shoes. And if you buy shoes are 35.
Bulk. That's so cute.
So small shopping.
3 items per child, 4 items per child, 30K. I'm just like, I live there thinking, I just need to make more money because if this is the lifestyle I want to provide, I just...
Yeah. Oh, I fell into that trap a lot first time around. Second babies, lucky for me, I've had 2 girls. My second baby has really, really coasted on hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
And thrift items. Yeah. IG shops were not there for me the first time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm deep in the IG shops.
Yeah.
Sometimes I even throw a thrift item for her babies because it's affordable to be able to do it even for 3 children to get a item each. And you'll still be well under 1,000 to get 3 items. You can still spend less than 1,000.
Yep.
You go to Woolies, you're here and you shop for twins, small shopping. And
so I think to help with that is keep that type of expensive shopping maybe for special occasions.
Special
Thrifting.
dresses.
I thrift so much, guys.
Day-to-day items.
10 G's at toy. Guys, I live with a gunia like this. 10 G's at toy. And you pick clothes nicely. You just you guys will be amazed at the quality you get. This was thrift.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Okay,
oh, today for the first time, I'm not wearing thrift.
The quality of stuff that you can get from. So don't put too much pressure on yourself because there's other things that you have to pay for.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are moms who feel terrible if you're not able to pay for school fees, if you're not able to pay for a school trip, if you're not able to. You've been told, because now with CBC, you guys, you know how these things. You
guys.
You've been told your child needs to go to school looking like Santa Claus, and it's so difficult. So there's a lot going on.
We are here. We're about to buy Punjabi outfits, Zulu outfits, and you're just like.
So prioritize. Just prioritize and just, if it's too much, I guess work hard, whatever, but just prioritize.
And even back to self-care.
Yeah.
Don't demonize yourself for trying to take care of yourself.
You're a better mom.
You are.
If you're better taken care of.
Ooh,
and
think about after your trip, how did you feel when you came back? Didn't you just want to hold your baby?
I really did.
I'm sure you held them.
For around an hour, and then they went back to being babies, but just completely.
Even an hour is a long time. Usually you get to watch it, oh my God, I miss my baby so much. 15 minutes later, you're just like,
okay, babies. Babies. It was so random. I got her out of the blue. Then I don't know what we decided. And then you're like, there are so many children in my house. I called her telling her I want to escape my house because there are many children. Because my kids had their friends over.
Yeah.
She's like, there are so many children in my house. Or even you two, she's like, no, just the ones I have.
My 2 children.
Just my 2 children, but there's so many.
That day, I felt like I had 6 babies. Like I had 6 kids. They were just the mommy.
Me, I'm always like, kids, I need peace.
Yeah, that's Ivy's line. I need peace.
I need peace, babies.
We're on phone. She's like, guys, I need peace.
The other day, what were we discussing with my babies? I think I was telling them, no, something to do with your presents. I don't know what. Are you getting us presents? No, I mean, my present, like presents, being here. I don't know what you're talking about, Mom, because I think you said you're going to get us presents. That's Wanja. Wanja has such an
that sounds like Wanja.
American accent.
Yeah, when you talk with an accent like that, I know you're talking about Wanja.
Yeah. And to get to close off, mom guilt does not stop with us being here alive.
No.
Guys, there's no guilt
all our lives, I'm sure,
that plagues me more than me wondering if I left the earth today, if by any form of bad luck or something, I passed on. What am I leaving the children with? What am I leaving them with? And who am I leaving them to?
And I think it's one of those things. Never in my life have I ever thought of drafting a document, a will of sorts. But then now when you start thinking about that, you go back to what am I leaving them with? What are you putting in the will? I remember speaking to somebody who was close to a family where the dad and mom passed away within, I think, 2 or 3 months of each other, and they had kids under the age of, they were not teenagers yet even. And she was a neighbor. But now the parents passed away, the dad passed away, then the mom passes away, and she was left there as a neighbor. She couldn't ignore it. But they were there wondering, where do the babies go? Has money been left for them? How much money has it been allocated to specific things? And that's the first time I actually thought about that. And I think I even told Ivy about it. I told everybody, every young parent that I knew, because she was like, as young parents, you guys need to know this. It needs to be as detailed as, how much have you left for their caregiver? How much is going to be paid to a nanny? What is the budget for a nanny? What is the budget for school fees? What is the budget for the home? Who is running this budget type of thing? Because unfortunately, if you happen to be, say, maybe a single mom and you pass away, who is the next of kin who will manage all these things? Wow, these are things that keep us.
I'm telling you, these are things that you also have to think about while you're alive. So, because there's so many documents where you sign off next of kin, beneficiary, that type of stuff.
You know, as kids, as very young, in our younger days, you knew you just put your folks casually because but right now, like, you really need to think about it, whether it's your folks or your partner or your sibling or your, you really have to think about it. And I would recommend thinking about it in that kind of detail. I
want to encourage people, a will isn't a document where you're manifesting death. You're actually manifesting abundance for the people that you're going to leave behind. It's preparation. It's preparation. We've said previously, live prepared, like live prepared.
Live prepared,
live in
not
preparation. So
live.
Talk to a lawyer, get a nice will. If you can have someone, I learned this during Money Monday. There's a Money Monday that we discussed the cost of death. And so many people said, leave someone with your PIN.
Oh, shit.
With your PIN. there's so much on your phone. Have someone at least being able to access your PIN. And even just your 2 documents, just have someone that if you've not gotten to the point of writing a will, have someone who at least will be able to access your PIN number. It's access to a lot.
Even we know even especially as women, you might have that bank account.
Your SIM PIN, and your PIN. Like
and
your PIN. Your PIN. Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes, your PIN for the government.
Your PIN.
Yeah. Because some of these things, if you're not living prepared, what happens is the people you leave behind, you leave them with such a headache. Unfortunately, we live in a country where some of these things are not very easy to go about. For example, I lost my grandpa not too long ago, about a year ago. And I mean, this is somebody who has lived a full life. He's still with his wife, like that is his next of kin. But you can't imagine how difficult it has been for my grandma to sort out his stuff. Because we just live in that kind of country, guys. You have to go to a chief where to be able to access money that was coming into him. Like you're not trying to steal his money. You're his next of kin, but it's so difficult. So if you can make it any easier while you're still alive, I think that's
exactly. Have these conversations while you're still alive.
Yeah,
Say,
man.
this is the property I have here. This is what. Sometimes also a will should not just surprise people.
No, I think you guys are being called, they're being told that Issa.
I don't think things like that should come as a surprise. If you know you have some property, have these conversations beforehand. Unless you know sometimes people are very evil. But
if you're surrounded by evil people, now that's a whole other situation. That's another conversation we need to have. But it's good to have at least that one person. Maybe if I have an account that I have not told my partner about, maybe in conversation I can tell Ivy, by the way, I have this kanini over here, just so that people know. So that, somebody is able to go. Like if it's an insurance policy with a certain company, at least people know there's some money there, Because you might leave and then now your baby is suffering. Nakumbe there's like 3 meters just sitting in an account somewhere,
Hey, I'm so glad we finally had this conversation. And there's so much more that we haven't covered. And I'd love for you guys to tell us in the comments if there's some form of mom guilt or even dad guilt that you go. Dad guilt, I'm sure would be, it's because of that one for providing,
Ooh, that would be an interesting conversation to have.
We should have an IssaMotherHood with dads.
With a dad,
I think we're going to try and bring some dads over for IssaMotherHood to try and understand what they go through.
What is
this beautiful? There's a beautiful post you shared that another lady shared. It was a long caption of, I didn't know. There's a section of the caption where the lady was like, I didn't know when I was going through my things, you were going through.
Ooh, that one. This lady, we even started talking in the DM. Basically, what she was saying is she was going through it. She was a new mom. As it is with motherhood for very many of us, you experience it and you realize there are so many things that you are not told, and you even start wondering, why weren't guys telling me these things? So she was saying she was going through it, but what she did not realize is that he was going through it too. So we're not minimizing what dads go through. They also have their experience, and I would love to hear what a dad's experience is.
I'd love to hear. We're going to bring a dad. We'll definitely Shiv, someone else.
We need to bring some dads here.
We're going to bring some dads here.
To understand what their experience has been as well, what dad guilt
about dad guilt, that type of thing. If you have any suggestions for dads that you'd like to hear from, let us know. Again, please make sure you remember, let us know in the comments any form of guilt that you feel, that you think we have missed, and how you cope and manage that guilt, because here we are learning. And thank you so much for watching this episode. My goodness, can we please stop staying away from doing IssaMotherHood for so long? We know it's a niche segment, but our conversations are normally so
but they're fantastic. And even to add on in the comments, please let us know what you'd like us to discuss on motherhood. We shall share the little knowledge that we have. We would be happy to bring in other moms to see what their experience is. So we'd love to hear from you guys.
Okay, if you've gotten to this point and you still haven't liked this video, like it. Follow us on the socials, just _Ivy_ at Miss Tiramisu. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, YouTube. Subscribe to our channels as well. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video with someone, and then we'll patana next time.
See you next time. Bye.